What is up, everybody? It's Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets, and I'm back with another Dana White Contender Series breakdown. Four fights to break down. I broke down all four of them. As always, it's kind of hard to find some tape on some of these people, but still get a pretty good read on what they're about. Everybody, please, if you want me to keep doing these Dana White Contender Series shows, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, help the algorithm. Let me know that you guys want more of these shows. Last week I posted 4 bets on my Patreon and Discord for Dana White Contender Series. I went 3-1. It was a pretty good week. If the one dude, Hardwick or whatever his name was, would have won in the main event, I would have won like 6 units or something crazy or something like that, 5 units. But yeah, man, it is what it is. Still won 3-1. Had some good bets on the card. Everybody, before we get into this little breakdown, Layer Cake Discord is free. It's awesome. Has a ton of awesome people in it, a ton of different extra content and stuff like that. So check that out. The link's going to be in this description. And then my Layer Cake Patreon is up and running. It's $10 a month. You're going to get my bets as soon as I place them. You're going to get my DraftKings lineup. You're going to get my 10 bets in order of confidence, which I put out 5 bets every week. But, I got like 10, 15 bets that I like. So I'll put them in order of confidence. So you'll get some extra bets and just a bunch of extra content. If I make some of these Dana White Contender Series bets again tonight, I'm going to post them on my Patreon and my Discord. So that'll be where you'll find them. They're on track bets. But enough of that. Let's get into UFC Dana White Contender Series Week 3. And it's going to be a pretty decent card, man. There's some pretty decent fighters on here. First fight is going to be in the men's featherweight division. We got Robbie Ring versus Luis Pajuelo. Robbie Ring is 6-0, currently sitting at -150. He's 23 years old, and his height and reach was not available, but he looks like he's about 5'10", 5'11". He's a pretty tall dude, 5'9", 5'10". Luis is 7-1, currently sitting at +125. He's 28 years old, 5'11", reach not available, but he's a pretty tall, long guy. Robbie Ring, what I've seen in his fights is a young kid, 23 years old. He's got pretty decent offensive wrestling. He's got decent defensive wrestling, and he's got really good jiu-jitsu. When he's on top, he's real heavy on top. He's constantly looking for chokes. You see here, he's got 2 Darce chokes in a row. He's constantly looking for that Darce choke when it's on the ground. If he's going to get the win in this fight, it'll be him getting the Darce choke on Luis when Luis, is trying to get up from a takedown and leaves his neck out or something. But he does. He seems like he has good offensive and defensive wrestling, good grappling. His striking, it looks like it's a work in progress. It looks like it's decent, but you just don't see much of it because he's just constantly going for the clinch and the takedown throughout the fight. But it does look like he has decent boxing, decent leg kicks. But he's fought, a low level of competition, and he's kind of short notice on this fight. Luis was supposed to fight somebody else, and then Ring came in. Luis, man, I was pretty impressed with this kid, actually, dude. He's really tough, man. He's got really good boxing. He throws tons of combos, and he throws tons of volume. He's very aggressive from the start. He's coming at you at 100 miles per hour. He's got good elbows on the cage when he's defending takedowns. He likes to work the elbows in, the knees, and the clinch, to stop the guys from completing their takedowns. He pushes a super crazy pace. He's super durable, throws tons of volume. Pretty good cardio. I mean, he slows down a little, but he's one of them junkyard dogs that fights through it. And he seems to be pretty well-rounded. Even when he's taken down, he seems to be able to pop back up pretty easy, and he's super tough. And I just like his level of competition a little bit better than Ring. I'm going to go with Luis in this. I'm going to say that Luis gets the TKO in that late in the first round, or maybe even in the second or third, because I think that Robbie Ring's going to try his grappling at the beginning. I don't think he might land a takedown or two. I think Luis gets up. I think Luis makes him work. I think he hits him with damage. And then as soon as Robbie cannot land them takedowns, I think Luis puts him out. So give me Luis by TKO. I like the over 1.5 because Luis ain't really the one punch knockout guy. He likes to build up with volume. So give me the over 1.5. I say Robbie Ring gets a little wrestling going in that first round, burns some clock in the second round. But I think that this fight ends by Luis getting that finish in later in the second or in the third round, just from a buildup of damage. The next fight's going to be decent, man. These girls are both fighters, man. They're both kickboxer, Muay Thai girls that throw knees in the clinch. It's going to be good. Isis Verbeek versus Josefine Knutsson. Isis is 4-1, currently sitting at +220. She's 28 years old, 5'4" with a 65-inch reach. Josefine is 5-0, currently sitting at -280, 27 years old, 5'3" with a 61-inch reach. So you see these girls are pretty much the same. Isis is going to have 1 inch of height and 4 inches of reach, which, you know, is going to be pretty good in a mostly stand-up fight. Isis, she's a world kickboxer. She's got world kickboxing experience. That's where she started at. She's got some Muay Thai too, but she's got the kickboxing experience. She's got strong ass clinch knees, man, out in the middle of the cage or on the cage. She's got a nice leg kick game, kicks calf, kicks the knee. Super good flying knees, man. I watched her hit this Melissa Parker with a serious flying knee, or maybe it was Monica Medina, one of them, but both of them. She put some serious knees on her, but she's got really nice boxing, really nice straight punches. She throws with a little bit of pop. Her defensive wrestling seems pretty good. She's got pretty good knees in the clinch and works the underhooks. When she's taken down, she was held down for a little bit in this last fight with Odessa Parker, but when she got up, that's or against Monica Medina, but when she got up, she was able to put her out. And both of them girls that she fought were actually pretty tough, but she's got a really nice left hook to the liver and then the phenomenal flying knees. And she's very tough and she's very technical in her striking. Like you can tell she's been striking for a long, long time. Same thing with Josefine here. This girl is super aggressive, man. She'll throw punches in like 6-punch combos straight down the pipe with some good power. She's got the same excellent Muay Thai clinch with the knees to the stomach in the middle of the cage or against the cage. She has good leg kicks, fast head kicks. Her BJJ seems to be pretty good. I'm going to say she's going to have the better offensive grappling and wrestling in this match. But I don't know if it's going to go to that because Isis seems like she has pretty good takedown defense, and I think that this is going to be mostly like a pretty technical kickboxing Muay Thai match with these girls standing up. And in that match, I'm going to take Josefine. I think that she hits a little bit harder in her boxing. The kicks should be the same, but I think her boxing's a little better. And then I think if there is any grappling exchanges, she will win the grappling exchanges. But I think all the value, I don't think that she's that much better. So I think all the value is on Isis at like plus 220, to be honest, because this is going to be a close fight. Neither one of these, Josephine doesn't finish anybody. As you can see, if you look, decision, split decision, unanimous decision. She finished this girl, but all decisions. So this is going to most likely go to decision. I think it's going to be pretty close. Both these girls are pretty good at what they do. I mean, it's not like one girl's that much better than the other. So I'm going to pick Josephine, but all the values on Isis. Next card is in the men's 170-pound division. We got Oban Elliot versus Kaik. Brito, I don't know how to say his first name. Every fight I watched him fight in was all foreign language, so I wasn't really able to get it. So we're gonna call him Brito, call him the Beast, something. So Oban Elliot, this kid, he's fighting out of Wales. He trains with Jack Shore. He's pretty good, man. He's got decent grappling, as you'd expect. All them dudes that come out of there have pretty good wrestling, pretty good BJJ. He's got a decent striking. He didn't use it in too many fights. I watched him fight Michael Figlak, where he had decent striking at the beginning. He showed some good punches, good kicks, and but he was knocked out in that fight later in the third round. But he shows good wrestling, offensive wrestling, decent offensive or defensive wrestling, and he shows pretty good BJJ, especially on top, man. He's got good heavy control. His boxing looks decent. He's got good cardio. He's got pretty decent ground and pound. You know, he's not the most dangerous dude. His last 3 fights and last 3 wins have went to decision. And then you see here, he's been knocked out in his 2 losses. Figlak got him and Flamenes got him. So he's good. He's more of a grappler. If he has to stand up, he's going to get beat up pretty much by a lot of dudes, especially if they have good striking. And Brito is the definition of good striking, man. This dude is super powerful. He has super technical striking. Boxing is accurate with great power. He's got 13 knockout wins, and all of them are with the hands pretty much. Offensive and defensive grappling look good. I've seen him get taken down, but I've seen him work his way back up quick. Like he's not accepting the bottom position. Serious power in both of his hands. Like I said, 13 KOs. Good ground and pound when he's on top. If he's able to reverse the position, show good cardio, good toughness. He's fought some pretty good guys. His last win is David Kozama, 30-11 out of Czech Republic. Was pretty tough, man. He's got 9-2, 12-3. He's fought some real legit guys. Where Oban hasn't fought the worst competition, but it's not as good as these dudes. This dude's been fighting. He's got 20 fights to 10. Everything is favoring Brito here, in my opinion. I think Brito gets him out of there in that first or second round, possibly third. But Brito by KO is the way to go. Eventually, he will stop the takedowns, get off the cage, and he's going to beat up Elliot in the standing. I don't think the striking is going to be too close at all. And Brito's finished 13 of his 16 wins. And like I said, most of them, the 12 of them's knockout and one submission. So this dude's a beast, man. I'm going to take Brito, and I think that he can do pretty good in the UFC too, where Oban's just like a grappler with okay striking. We don't really need no more of them in the UFC right now. Men's middleweight division. This is going to be a banger fight, to be honest. This should be the best fight of the night. We got Eli Aronov versus Zachary Reese. Eli Aronov, the Israeli tank, is 6-0, currently sitting at plus 130, 27 years old. 5'10", reach not available. Zachary Reese is 5-0, currently sitting at minus 160. He's 29 years old. Height is 6'3", reach not available. Eli Aronov, man, this guy reminds me a lot of what's the one dude that just got beat by Chris Duncan? The other dude, Israeli dude, that's super Ashmoose. Reminds me of him, man. This guy, decent striking. You know, he doesn't move his head. He's very hittable. I seen him get dropped in one of his fights with this Marius dude because his striking's kind of slow. It's powerful, but it's pretty slow, and he doesn't move his head. He's hittable. But his wrestling and grappling is really nice, man. He pushes dudes on the cage, gets him up there, beats him up. He's got really nice inside and outside trips. And then on the ground, he's got excellent ground and pound, excellent scrambles, excellent top control. Throws a lot of elbows, and he's constantly looking for the submission. You see he's in the grappling matches and stuff like that. His striking could definitely be improved, but for most guys that I've seen him fight, man, he just pretty much dominated him. He's a strong guy. He finds a way to get the fight in the clinch. He finds a way to get the takedowns. Like I said, decent wrestling with them inside outside trips, body lock takedowns. Pretty good fighter, you know, and he has a path to victory here because Zachary Reese, man, this dude is tough. He's big. He's long. He knocks dudes out. All of his wins, go back to his amateurs even, besides this first loss to Kevin Lee, and he was only 17 when he fought Kevin Lee and lost back in 2012. But other than that, when he came back in 2017, you know, he's finishing guys quick. Parker Diddler, whatever that dude's name is, where he went to the second round in the amateurs. They were only 3-minute rounds. He was able to Parker was able to hold him up against the cage in this fight for at least like 3 minutes out of the 5 minutes that they fought. So that was very telling. But in his pros, man, he's done the same thing, just knock people out. But it makes sense because he's fighting 1-0, 0-1, 0-0, 6-3, and 5-10. And I can tell you these guys were exactly what their record said, man. I went back and watched it, and he just dusted them. They didn't know how to fight or want to fight. No durability, no nothing. So this is going to be a really good fight. It's, like I said, with Zachary Reese, hard to find tape because he just knocks all these lower level dudes out. I'm taking Eli Aronov here, man. To be honest, I think that he can survive Reese's early onslaught. Reese has an excellent power left body kick too, and I think he can survive that stuff. I think he's going to be able. I know he's going to be able to push Zachary up against that cage, just like the other Diddery dude did. And then Eli's going to be able to beat him up on that cage control, and I believe he'll be able to land some takedowns, get his jiu-jitsu going, and that might wear on Reese, you know. But Reese, like I said, he's very dangerous in stand-up, but give me the underdog here. I'm going to take Eli. I'm going to say Eli's durable. He's tough. He might get hurt a couple times in the fight, but I think he gets his wrestling going, where Zachary's more of a striker. I think he gets his clinch control going, and I think that he gets a third round finish. So I'm liking the over. I'm liking Eli Aronov. I'm gonna see about going and making some bets at the casino. I cashed out my money online because I made $750 and my money back, and then I just don't want to be on it. I'd be playing blackjack and stuff. So I'm going to run over to the casino, hopefully put some bets in. I will post them on my Patreon or my Layer Cake Discord. I'm telling you, that's where you need to go for the extra content, extra information. I've won 11 out of 13 weeks in a row, and that is not easy to do in MMA betting for anybody. And I'm just going to, I'm going to keep it going. And I win all this because I put the work in. So let's get this money, man. Let's get this money. Let's have a good, fun night tonight on UFC Dana White Contender Series Week 3. Wish everybody good luck. Check me and Johnny K Picks out Thursday night for our live show. Then Friday night, I may do a live show because Johnny's going to be out of town. And I may do a watch along for UFC Singapore at 5 in the morning. So everybody, man, I appreciate you checking this out. I appreciate you hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, and leaving a comment to help the algorithm. And I will see you guys soon.